The first thing I noticed wasn't the new lock, it was the silence. A cold, unnatural stillness clung to the front porch as if the house itself were holding its breath. My keys scraped against metal and stopped abruptly. Wrong lock. Wrong keyhole. Wrong home? For a moment I just stared at the door. A familiar door. My door. The door I had painted with my wife, Emily, 2 years ago on a lazy Sunday morning, laughing as she accidentally splashed blue paint on my shirt. Now the same door stared back at me like a stranger. I knocked. Once. Twice. My hand trembled, not because of the cold evening air, but because some instinct whispered, "This isn't a mistake." The door cracked open only an inch, a metal chain still hooked. Emily's face appeared in the narrow gap. Mascara perfect, hair straightened, lips painted. Like she had prepared for a confrontation. "Leo, you shouldn't be here." The words sliced across my chest like a blade. "What do you mean?" I asked, forcing a shaky smile. My key isn't working." "Did the lock?" "I changed it." Her tone was steady, rehearsed. "You don't live here anymore. I need space. Please don't make this harder than it already is." My breath caught. "I don't live here? Emily, this is our home. What are you talking about?" She didn't blink. Didn't falter. "I'm asking you to leave." Behind her I saw movement. A man's silhouette crossing the hallway. Broad shoulders. Hair damp from a shower. A towel slung around his neck. My stomach dropped. The world tilted. "Who the hell is that?" My voice was a whisper, because anything louder would break me. Her gaze flickered just for a second, guilt, fear, something, but then her face hardened. "It doesn't matter. Not anymore. You and I were done, Leo." The chain slid back into place and the door shut. Just like that. People think heartbreak is explosive. A shattering moment. It isn't. It's quiet. It's the echo after the explosion. The ringing in your ears when all sound stops and reality settles like ash. I sat in my car for nearly an hour. I don't remember starting the engine or driving. I only remember the hollow ache and the voice in my head repeating her words on a loop. "You don't live here anymore." But betrayal doesn't start with a dramatic climax. It begins with little things, subtle changes that you brush off because love makes you blind and stupid in equal measure. The late-night work calls. The sudden gym sessions. The phone she carried everywhere, even to the bathroom. The faint scent of cologne that wasn't mine. Sleepless nights where she lay turned away from me, as if facing me meant facing the truth. I ignored it all. Because I loved her. Because admitting the truth felt like setting fire to the life we built. The next morning, after a night spent in my car near a dimly lit parking lot, I called my old college friend, Noah, a lawyer now, specializing in property and marital disputes. I didn't plan revenge. I wanted clarity. Some explanation that made Emily's coldness make sense. Noah listened quietly as I spoke, his expression unreadable. "She changed the locks on the house you co-own?" he repeated. "Yes. She kicked me out." He exhaled slowly. "Leo, she can't do that. Not legally." Something ignited inside me. Not anger yet. Just a spark of dignity reigniting after being crushed under humiliation. "Do everything by the book," I told him. "No drama. No ugliness. I don't want revenge. I just want my life back." He nodded. "Then we'll do this right." Weeks passed, and I stayed with my brother while Noah handled paperwork with meticulous precision. I learned things I never wanted to learn. Emily had been seeing someone, Ethan, her coworker, for months. She had convinced herself that pushing me out first gave her control over the narrative. That if she slammed the door hard enough, she wouldn't feel the guilt of looking back. I didn't confront her. Not once. Silence, I realized, was a sharper weapon than rage. Noah gathered evidence, filed for legal partition of property, and ensured I got what I was lawfully owed, including half the house value. When Emily received the notice, she showed up at his office unexpectedly, tearful, frantic, mascara streaking. "I didn't think he'd actually go through with it," she sobbed, voice cracking. "Leo was supposed to fight for me. He always fights for us." Those words gutted me when Noah told me later, because she was right. I always fought to fix things. To stay. To love. But not this time. The day the house was to be evaluated and divided, I returned. Not as a husband begging for entry, but as a co-owner with legal authority. Emily opened the door, Eyes red, her confidence deflated. The smell of stale wine clung to her. Ethan was nowhere in sight. "This is what you wanted, right?" she murmured bitterly. "To break the home we built? You broke it long before the lawyer came," I replied softly. "I made a mistake." Her lip trembled. "I was scared. Work was stressful, we were drifting, and he made me feel seen. I thought if I pushed you away, and you fought for me, I'd know you still cared. But you left. You actually left." The honesty hurt, because there was truth buried in her twisted logic. She wasn't a villain, just a human who made selfish, irreversible choices. I sighed. I cared. More than you'll ever understand. But caring shouldn't require me to bleed to prove it. As we walked through the house, memories clung to the walls like ghosts. Our first dinner burned in the kitchen, the paint handprints behind the doorframe, the dent in the hallway from when we moved the sofa and got stuck, laughing for 20 minutes. At the backyard, she broke. "Can we fix this, Leo?" she whispered. "Please. I'll end everything with him. I'll go to therapy. I'll do whatever it takes." For a moment my heart cracked open because part of me, some naive, desperate fragment, still wanted to believe her. But healing doesn't always mean returning. I turned to her. "I forgive you, Emily. Truly. But forgiveness isn't a bridge back. It's a door out." The evaluator finished his work, and within 2 months, I received my half of the house settlement. When I walked away from the lawyer's office with the check in hand, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt calm, free. Not because I had won, but because I hadn't allowed betrayal to turn me into something hollow and vengeful. Healing doesn't always thunder in. It often arrives quietly, like the first warm day after a brutal winter. I bought a small apartment overlooking a lake. Modest. Peaceful. Mine. One evening, standing on my new balcony, watching the sunset dance across the water, I finally smiled. Not because Emily lost, but because I chose me. Because sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't destruction. It's rebuilding a life someone thought they could take from you. And I walked away, not with half a house but with my whole self.